Hi, folks. How are you today?
Good. Thank you.
We're just
Good.
testing.
Fantastic. Well, I'm so glad you're testing, and actually, it's time for us to get started. So, thank you for saying hello. It's good to see all of you.
Can we do one more quick test? I
Sure.
want to hear if you
Okay.
can hear the person at the end.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Juan, say hello.
Hello.
Did you hear
Good
him?
morning, Juan. How are you?
Good.
Good.
So we're clear. I'm
Fantastic.
muted. Thank you.
We're clear. Thanks so much. And good morning to all of you across the United States who are joining us this morning for this fantastic event, the conclusion of our Stand Up, Speak Out, Lend a Hand program. We are thrilled to have more than 20 schools connected, even though it's spring break a lot of places. Some of the schools have actually sent us their videos to share, and we're really excited to actually see all of the wonderful things that you have done as part of this project. I'm joined here today by folks from the Klein Foundation, and we're also very happy to be joined by Gerda's grandchildren, both Lindsay and Andrew Ullman, and you're going to hear from them in just a little bit. But a couple of ground rules before we get our morning program started. We have lots and lots and lots of schools on the call today, and there are many of you, hundreds even, gathered at some locations. So it is critical that you keep your microphones muted unless your site is speaking. And also, and I know I don't need to say this because we've got a really great group gathered here today, but I do need to remind you that even though you may not be seeing yourselves on the video conference, that we are seeing you, and your peers around the country are seeing you, and we're being broadcast live over the internet right now. So I need to remind you that you don't want to do anything that might embarrass you or your school, because if we see that there's any type of inappropriate behavior going on, my boss makes me remind you that we reserve the right to disconnect your site from the video conference. So I see we've got one school that might not be muted, so if everybody could do me a favor right now and check their mute buttons, that would be great. And unfortunately, Gerda couldn't be with us today. She's not been feeling very well lately, and we didn't want to make her travel to the East Coast. But she has a very, very special message for you, and so I'd like to play that for you right now.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you with all my heart. As a matter of fact, not having been feeling very well, it were the wonderful responses which you have been able to give to me, which have come up to now, which has helped me to feel well and were really the sunshine of my days. I shall read them over and over again. I cannot tell you how delighted and how grateful I am for the incredible work that you have been doing. Reaching out to those who are needy, who are hungry, reaching out to each other, kids together all over your communities and all over the country at this point, to make a dream of those who have not been privileged to have what you have had come true. I shall never be able to thank you again. I will have the pleasure, as a matter of fact, to see your responses in person in my home in Arizona, to see it on the computer in my own home, which gives me another pleasure. I will have the feeling that you all have come to my house, and I would like to share with you something, what my feeling is on the subject. A number of years ago, because I do write children's stories, my granddaughter Melissa had asked me if I would come to her room in school to share with the kids my work as a writer. Of course, I was delighted to do so. At this point, my little granddaughter Jessica was in kindergarten, and she said, "Grandma, when you come to school, will you come to my room as well?" And I said, "Of course." So when I came to her room, the teacher said, "Jessica, won't you introduce your grandma to your friends?" And Jessica, with a big smile, and she says, "This is my grandmother." So the teacher said, "All grandmothers are special, but perhaps your grandmother does something that not all grandmothers do. Won't you tell her about it?" And she broke in a big smile, and she says, "My grandmother makes the best pancakes for breakfast." So I feel now that I will have the pleasure of seeing your faces in your schoolrooms in my own home, and I'm hereby inviting you all to come for some pancakes for breakfast which will be my gratitude for the incredible work that you are doing to give pleasure to so many. I thank you, and I look forward to working with you again. As you know, Heather and our foundation, Mrs. Reisport and Mrs. Parks, have been working diligently to make all those dreams come true. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful time, and thanks again.
So as you heard, Gerda is actually at home right now watching the live web stream. So I'm going to change it to put most of us on camera. There we go. And how about everybody wave to her? Fantastic. And as I said before, we're actually very, very honored today to be joined by two of her grandchildren, Lindsay and Andrew. And so I'm actually going to turn the microphones over to them so they can say a few words to you. So Lindsay and Andrew, do you want to go ahead and unmute?
Sure. Can you hear us?
We can hear you just fine.
Okay, great. Thanks, Heather. Thanks for the intro.
Thank you.
Lindsay and I haven't been in high school for a while, but we'll try not to do anything that gets us disconnected. So we'll be on our best behavior today. We just wanted to say on behalf of the Klein and Ullman families, thank you very much for dedicating your time to this cause that we care about so deeply. It's really amazing for us to see so many of you around the country participate in this program, and I know sometimes it's difficult to understand the importance of a project like this, but we hope that today you'll see the impact that each one of you has made in your communities across the country. So again, we wanted to let you know how much we appreciate it, and we're looking forward to seeing all of your presentations today. It's really exciting for us.
Thank you so much. It's fantastic. I'm very excited to see the presentations that you all have put together. So we look forward to seeing.
And we'll try and make comments after we see every presentation to let you know how much we do appreciate it.
Great. Well, thank you both so much for joining us. We're thrilled to have you, and I know the students are as well. And also, a great deal of gratitude goes to the New York Public Library, who's actually hosting Lindsay and Andrew for us today. So thank you very much to all the folks behind the scenes there who are making your appearance happen. With that, I think we should probably start on the presentation. So I'm going to remind everybody to mute their microphones for me. And I'm going to send things to Alexander High School in Texas.
Hello? What?
Hello? Okay. Hi, go ahead. We can see you.
All right. Living on the border presents a variety of cultures and languages. This often leads to the division by legal authorities and citizens. At Alexander High School, our goal is to teach our students to lead our community into an acceptance of differences. We have read literature about the Holocaust, researched and written about genocide, listened to Rabbi Elliot Rosenbaum, hosted 14-year-old Dallas author Rachel Siegel, participated in the November webcast with Gerda Weissman Klein, created butterflies and poems in honor of children of the Holocaust, created our own Tolerance Project logo, hosted Holocaust survivors Anna Rado of Hungary and Rose Williams of Poland through the Holocaust Center of San Antonio, web streaming to more than 10,000 people, collected 5 tons of food items for charity, written to people across the world concerning the Holocaust, created and filmed 5 public service announcements promoting tolerance, created a tolerance scholarship with more than $3,000 to be awarded the first year, began a tolerance zone on campus with paintings, benches, plants, and plaques, received a $1,000 grant for an entrance to the tolerance zone, sent teachers to a Holocaust literature seminar hosted by the Holocaust Center of San Antonio and featuring Dr. Miriam Klein-Kasanoff. We are currently working on guiding 3 other local high schools who are modeling